Hi, this is my new place in Seattle. I just moved here, and this is literally what I'm wearing today. And I thought, why should I change? Because I should dress up for a YouTube video? No, I'm just gonna be doing how I be doing currently. Because if I don't show up how I am in real life and how I am being real, then it doesn't feel real to me, and then I don't feel like talking. And I don't know, like, do you ever get like performance anxiety or feel like the thing that you've been thinking about a lot is going to cause you to not do it because you're thinking about it a lot, and then you get some anxiety, or you get like this feeling like it's this larger thing that you don't really want to do because now you feel like there's more energy to do that thing? Do you know what I'm talking about? That's kind of like been making these YouTube videos for me. I've been here in Seattle for a month now, or 6 weeks, and it's been kind of like a lot. I mean, I have a plant now. I just got that plant 2 weeks ago. I've put up my art. I brought this painting from Thailand, yeah, and I got this big comfy couch to sit on, and a gorgeous view. I don't know if I can turn the camera here, but let's see if we can. That's my view. Pretty nice, I have to say. Can I do that? Does that work? Yeah, like view of Seattle, you know, it's nice. Oh, that's a good view. That's pretty nice. Wait, focus on my face. Sorry. But yeah, so I'm here now, and it's been quite a journey having kind of like done this trip to Thailand, and now I've kind of settled into Seattle. I'm going full force on learning to code. I have met someone that I'm now dating. It's been about 4 weeks since I met him, and yeah, he's very hot. Big guy, of course. Ashley likes the big guys. Big guy. He's a project manager, very muscular, very manly, huge dick, but not so big that I would, that I would just be like, that's not gonna fit. But it's big enough where I need like another dildo to help me get there. You know what I'm saying? And we do have kind of like a training program. Yeah. So that's hot, and our dynamics in the bedroom is working pretty nicely. I'm looking at the anal lube over there. I've also got some friends who you will see. My closest friend that I've made here, who I met through Grindr, actually, another trans girl who's also got quite the equipment, which we are going to talk about in a video together, so you'll get to see that. And look, I got pink lenses for my pink glasses, so there's that. Of course, my friend Franny will probably be telling me that I should have done my hair properly, but this is the real me. This is who I am, so you're getting that today. Yeah, so I guess like the thing to talk about right now is kind of like focus, concentration, finding balance. I'm just kind of like getting into a place where I feel like I'm ready to step into the next phase of my life. And I keep running into all of these trans-related kind of, I wouldn't say blockers, but I would say hills. So to get bottom surgery, I have to, for example, get electrolysis. Now, to get regular electrolysis, you just go into an electrolysis, they put some numbing cream on topical, and then, they do the electrolysis for hours on end. I don't have a very high pain tolerance. I'm actually like, my body and my skin or whatever, it's super sensitive. So I'm flying down to LA tomorrow, and I'm gonna fly down to LA every month to go to Dana Elise Solutions to have an injection with lidocaine, which is going to help me through the painful process of doing all the electrolysis and stuff. And it just has me thinking about, like, as a person who's also like working on a software company, wanting to teach myself how to code and just really like start up my new life here. There's so many things that are like additionals that I have to do in my transition that makes it so much harder for me to get things done. Like, I mean, what about you? Like, how much of a project is your transition? How much stuff do you have to do? How overwhelming is it dealing with the fact that you got to talk to this healthcare person, you got to talk to that healthcare person, you got to plan this, you got to schedule that, you have to talk to this doctor to then talk to that doctor, you have to do checkups, you have to get your blood lab done, you have to do your research on all of the things related to your transition, and then you have to shop around and then save up money sometimes to pay for these things out of pocket. And, you know, God forbid you go on the route of going down the black market hole, which is, you know, I do black market estrogen, and because of many reasons, but mainly because I only have to buy one bottle and it lasts a whole year, which is way better than coming in every 6 weeks, right? But like, that's all the stuff that you got to do. And I think to myself, like, no wonder there's just like not a lot of role models or successful trans people out there, not because they're not capable of this, but because they're kind of set back 5 years with all of the work and effort and projects and friction and energy exerted to just like get yourself to your happy baseline. It's like, even if you are motivated, self-motivated, and you are supported financially, like, I happened to transition mid-career in my world. So I already had experience that I had leverage intact to be able to continue to progress my career. I did almost get fired though, while I was transitioning. Like a year into my transition, I almost got fired. And I probably would have gotten fired, to be honest, but I quit. I found a new job and I quit. And like, you know, you take your eye off the ball in a tech company that's on a rocket ship trajectory, and you're just trying to take care of your transition. And I mean, there's such a huge internal world that's happening, right? Like when you're transitioning, there's so much going on inside you, especially in the early stages. Like, I don't know if you're in the first year or you're after the first year, but do you have these moments, or can you recall these moments where you're meant to speak in some kind of business, or I don't know, if you're a student, like in a setting where you need to speak with opinion and you need to speak with gusto, and you don't really know how to do that because you could use your old self, which is not the self that you're used to, or you could try your new self, which is the one that you are not used to. Sorry, the previous one you're not used to. The old self you are used to. The new self you're not so used to, right? Like, so how does your new self speak? How does your new self present things to the world? How does your new self just be and exist? There's so many nuances to it. Like the way you get up in the morning, the way you turn off your alarm, like the way you move your body, the way you speak, the way you move, the way you interpret stuff. And then you inject hormones into this situation and things just, you know, it's all happening. And if you're evolving and transitioning on the job or at work, it just kind of adds to that complexity. And if you're older like me, I am 37. So, you know, it's just like all of these things. And I think that it would be great if there was some productivity tools for trans people, like some tools to help trans people transition. I've been thinking a lot about this, and if there are engineers out there who are thinking about this as well, please hit me up. You can hit me up on my email through my business inquiries. But like, I'm thinking about AI, and I'm thinking about how AI can play a role in helping trans people and also just helping the general population work through a lot of their stuff to do, because it's just like so much. You got to make these phone calls, you have to wait on the line, then you have to schedule things, and then you need to show up for your regular meetings on time, and you have these to-do lists. You got to get your groceries, you got to get your lab tests done, you got to do this research, you got to do that. Like, AI can do a lot of these things. Like, there's already AI that can do market research. There's AI that can emulate, that can speak to people, and then you can just stitch that with like voice. Can you then make a robocaller? Can you also do like a thing to manage your schedule? Like, I'm wondering how all of these things come together, because I mean, I could use it for my own transition, and I think a lot of the trans community, as well as just general community, could use something like this as well. So that's my pitch to you, and that's an idea that I'm like working on. Like, I'm thinking about it, I'm designing it, I'm learning to code so I can build something like that. If there's anyone else out there that wants to collaborate, please hit me up. Yeah, it's a lot. And it just makes me realize why you don't see a lot of successful business-wise people out there. Of course there are, and I know a few, but like, it's kind of like they were already successful and then they transitioned. It's not like they were transitioning and then they became successful. And like, the only examples we really do have are the celebrities, the people that are like famous for being famous, or for looking good, or for just doing something that's pop culture. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm like, being famous for like being great at something that you actually have to do, that's like substantial, like work, like actual work, like you built something, you made something. Like, it's kind of a shot in the dark to try and become a celebrity just because of your personality. Like, there are people that can achieve that, but it's not really a tried and true method, and it's not necessarily something I'm going for either. So I don't know, like, I think this is something to think about for you, is like how much of your productivity is being taken or being focused on your transition. Are you putting in enough energy to transition? Have you let it slide? It's okay if it's slid, by the way. Like, I know some of you may be like, oh, like, I need to do my voice lessons, or I need to work on my fashion, or my gait, my walking, or what have you. Like, of course, you gotta sometimes spin things down to spin things up as well. But like, I feel, and I don't know if you feel this, but sometimes I feel like a little bit of a failure, like I'm not doing enough, or that I haven't achieved enough. And a part of that is because I'm not thinking about my own transition and how much that has caused time, effort, energy, money, all of that. Like, had I have taken the money back from my transition and saved it and used it for something else, I would own a house, right? I would have a home. I'd be like, this is my home, this is my house. I don't have that, and that's not a symbol of success, but it definitely was an idea of, well, this is the next logical thing I do as a cis person because I have nothing else to put my money towards. But now it's like, well, all my money goes towards my transition. All my time goes to my transition. I buy tickets to LA every month. I do like get reimbursed for electrolysis, but the amount of time I'm spending every month doing this, it's like a lot of time. And if I had that time back, I would have so much more energy to do other things, or I'd have more time to work on other projects that would interest me. I like barely have enough time to make these YouTube videos. Like, or it's not time, it's energy, like the amount of energy that it takes. So yeah, I'm just kind of going off today on this kind of stuff. You get what I mean? Like, it's weird. I feel like we don't talk about this. We don't talk about the productivity side of how like being trans makes it hard for you to be more productive. And I don't mean just like a productive member of society or that you just make more money, but like just being flat out productive. It's just harder to be productive when you have so many things in the way, not to mention your own dysphoria and all of the things that you're working through there. It's a lot, right? Let me know what you're working through and how you're kind of addressing this. I'd kind of be interested to hear. And if you have like skills that you'd like to contribute it in some way, hit me up, like email me in business inquiries. Maybe there's a way we can collaborate, maybe not, I don't know. I'm very interested in the AI stuff. Please like and subscribe. If you are new here, please share this if you find it of value and you think someone else might. And if you would like to become a member, please do. I really appreciate all that money goes towards this channel, making it grow, getting paying editors, paying someone to make the thumbnails, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd love to see you in another episode. See you here with me in another episode. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. I'll see you. Bye.